Frak. He's not your average ninja. Frak is actually a young Serpentine who's become an elemental warrior on the side of good. You might remember him as Aaron's childhood best friend and the current elemental master of Quake. Over the next 10 minutes, we'll cover Frak's origins, his role in the story so far, his personality and powers, including how they interestingly resemble Cole's, plus some speculation on what could be next for this fan-favorite character. So strap in like you're about to spinjitzu, and let's get started. Frak's story begins before the events of Dragons Rising. Growing up in the same town as Aaron, he formed a close bond with Aaron early on. In fact, they became friends after Frak stood up to some bullies who were picking on Aaron. Frak literally hissed at them and scared them off. This brave act showed Frak's kind nature from the start. He even taught Aaron how to bake pies during their childhood, showing a nurturing, fun side beyond fighting. Unfortunately, Frak moved away and lost touch with Aaron for a while, but fate wasn't done with their friendship. Then came the Merge, the cataclysmic event that merged realms in the Ninjago storyline. After the merge, Frak discovered he had developed the elemental power of Quake, basically the ability to create seismic vibrations and quakes. One accidental outburst of this power even burst a sewer pipe and caused chaos, which left young Frak pretty frightened of his own abilities. Enter Lord Ross, a mysterious figure who found Frak and offered to help him control his quake powers. Ross became something of a mentor, training Frak to overcome his fear and hone his new seismic skills. Grateful for the guidance, Frak trusted Ross, not realizing Ross had darker intentions. With his powers developing, Frak was recruited by Lord Ross into the Wolf Clan and invited to compete in the Tournament of the Sources. This tournament gathered elemental fighters of the new generation to battle for powerful elemental prizes. Frak saw it as a chance to prove himself. In Season 2 of Dragons Rising, Frak arrives at the tournament and, surprise, reunites with Aaron there. The reunion is a bit tense. Aaron warns Frak that Ross's ambitions are dangerous. Ross was capturing dragons and plotting to rule realms. But Frak is conflicted. Ross had shown him only kindness and helped him grow stronger. So Frak isn't sure what to believe at first. We see him wrestling with loyalty versus doing what's right, a theme that defines his early arc. One of Frak's big moments comes when he faces none other than Cole. Yes, the classic Earth Ninja during the tournament. Frak is a huge fan of Cole, more on that later. So fighting his idol is both nerve-wracking and thrilling for him. The challenge was basically an obstacle climb. Ring a bell at the top of a treacherous moving arena. Frak's Quake abilities gave him a clever edge. He sent vibrations through the structure to shift the walls, making it easier to climb. In an upset victory, Frak defeated Cole in this contest and rang the bell first. His reward? He was granted the elemental power of Earth, Cole's own element, from the tournament's prize cup. For a time, Frak got to wield Earth alongside his native Quake power, an exciting but short-lived upgrade that absolutely delighted him. Frak's triumphs in the tournament were impressive, but he soon had a crisis of conscience. Ross expected his Wolf Clan students to wear ominous wolf masks that would supposedly make them stronger. However, Lloyd and the ninja uncovered that these masks actually corrupt the wearer by shattering all the goodness in them. When push came to shove, Frak refused to put on the wolf mask, even though it meant defying his mentor Ross. This was a huge turning point. It showed Frak valuing his morals over blind obedience. In retaliation, a disappointed Ross kicked Frak out of the Wolf Clan, but as one door closed, another opened. During the tournament's climax, Frak switched sides and helped the ninja fight off Ross's forces, the Wolfpack warriors. He proved himself by battling bravely alongside the heroes. After Ross's defeat in the games, Frak was welcomed by Lloyd Garmadon to join the ninja team, effectively becoming Lloyd's newest pupil. Imagine that, starting the tournament on the villain's side and ending it by teaming up with your childhood friend's heroes. Talk about character development. Moving into Season 3 of Dragons Rising, Frak fully steps into his role as one of the good guys. He joins Lloyd, Sora, Zane, and others on a quest to find his best friend Aaron, who had gone missing after the tournament. Along this journey, Frak and the team uncover a plot by a villainous group called the Forbidden Five to collect 5 prismatic blades and free an ancient evil dragon named Thunderfang. Frak plays a key part in the adventures that follow. For instance, he reunites with Aaron and fights to stop Thunderfang's release. They succeed in defeating Thunderfang in an epic showdown, a victory that unfortunately comes with some heartbreak. After the battle, Aaron and Sora choose to leave with Ross, who was still scheming but promised to help revive Aaron's lost parents, which leaves Frak crestfallen. It's a bittersweet moment. Frak saves the day but sees 2 of his closest friends walk away on a tenuous path. Despite that setback, Frak remains with the ninja at the Monastery of Spinjitzu, continuing his training. In one later mission, he teams up with Cole and Kai to investigate a clue about a fallen source dragon. Frak even experiences a mystical earth sense, feeling the earth screaming just like Cole once did. This scene really drives home how closely Frak's abilities and instincts mirror Cole's earth powers, almost like a successor learning from a veteran. The adventure takes a dire turn when Cole is overpowered by evil forces. His soul gets taken, turning him into a hollow shell. Frak has to witness witness his idol fall in battle, which is both shocking and motivating for him. He doesn't give up, though. Frak rallies with the remaining team for the final confrontation with Thunderfang. One especially memorable moment for Frak involves an unexpected talent: his singing voice. Yes, you heard that right, this snake ninja can sing. Late in Season 3, Frak travels with Sora and others to the realm of Ninjago to awaken the Arc Dragon of Focus. The trick to awakening it is playing specific musical notes. Frak harmonizes with Sora in song to hit those magical notes, showing off a surprisingly beautiful singing voice. Who would have guessed a Serpentine could carry a tune so well? It's a fun, heartfelt scene that highlights Frak's uniqueness, and it's also a cute moment between him and Sora. By the end of the currently released episodes, Frak has firmly established himself as part of the ninja family. He's even got his own ninja outfit, initially a black and lime training guy, and later a full gray and lime ninja suit after Thunderfang's defeat. Donning those colors, Frak officially stands as one of Ninjago's new guardians. Frak's personality is a big reason fans have grown to love him. At his core, Frak is brave, honest, and kind-hearted. Remember that quote of his? "I fought bullies long before I became the master of Quake. There's more to us than elemental powers." That line, spoken to Lloyd, perfectly sums him up. He believes in doing what's right and protecting others even without relying on special powers. From defending Aaron against bullies as a kid to refusing the corrupting wolf mask, Frak consistently shows a strong moral compass. He's willing to stand up to bad influences, even a mentor, to stick to his values. That said, Frak is not without his youthful flaws. He can be a bit naive. For example, he trusted Lord Ross for a long time and was slow to see Ross's true colors. It took time and Aaron's warnings for Frak to realize he was being manipulated. This naivety comes from his inherently trusting, good-natured outlook. He tends to see the good in people and situations, which is endearing but sometimes puts him at risk of being deceived. On a lighter side, Frak is friendly and easygoing, but also socially awkward at times. He's not the smoothest at small talk or reading social cues, something that Sora good-naturedly teases him about. This awkwardness is actually pretty relatable and often played for gentle humor in the show. For instance, Frak gets adorably tongue-tied around Sora since he harbors a crush on her. He might be able to shatter rock with a punch, but asking a girl to hang out leaves him rattled. Despite the awkward moments, Frak's earnestness makes him very likable. He wears his heart on his sleeve. One of Frak's most unexpected passions is baking. Yes, ninja baking. He has a genuine love for making pies, as we learned from Aaron's stories. In fact, Frak has entire binders of pie recipes and enthusiastically shares this hobby with his friends. It's a quirky trait that gives him extra depth. He's not just about fighting and training, he also cares about feeding and nurturing others. And as mentioned earlier, Frak has a talent for singing too, which caught everyone by surprise when he harmonized with Sora to awaken that dragon. These little personal details, baking, singing, geeking out over ninja heroes, paint a picture of a well-rounded teen who's passionate and joyful in life. It's also worth noting how much of a ninja fanboy Frak is, especially when it comes to Cole. Having grown up idolizing the original 6 ninja, Frak was ecstatic to meet and even train under them. Cole is his favorite hero of all, which makes sense given Frak's own earth-shaking powers. During the tournament, even though Frak was technically on the opposing side, he never showed hatred toward the ninja. He was genuinely honored just to spar against Cole. He even asked Cole for advice on how to better use the earth element, right in the middle of the competition. That respectful attitude speaks volumes. Frak admired the ninja so much that being their opponent didn't stop him from acting like a fan. After joining the team, he soaks up wisdom from Lloyd, Cole, Kai, and the others like a sponge. There's a charming enthusiasm in Frak. He's eager to prove himself worthy as a ninja, sometimes too eager. Early on, he struggled to unlearn the aggressive techniques Raz taught him and adopt the ninja's more balanced fighting style. He pushed himself hard to impress his new mentors, occasionally making mistakes in the process. But over time, he's finding his groove and learning that being a ninja is as much about heart as it is about strength. Frak's distinctive design makes him stand out. You can tell right away he's not human. Visually, Frak is a young Serpentine hybrid, meaning he's the offspring of 2 different snake tribes, with a very distinctive look. He has scaly skin that's bright orange, with a lime green crest running along the back of his head. Like most Serpentine, he's got lime green eyes, a forked tongue, and a pair of fangs protruding from his mouth. Definitely a snake-like appearance. Unlike the legless Serpentine of old, Frak has human-like legs, allowing him to wear normal clothes and ninja suits. In fact, when we first see him, he and his parents are wearing pretty ordinary, modest clothing for Serpentine. Nothing too tribal or outlandish. This already hints that his family might be living quietly among other citizens, rather than with a traditional Serpentine clan. Frak's look actually combines features of multiple Serpentine species. Fans immediately noticed his unusual color combo, orange with green accents, and head shape. Many theorize that one of his parents might be from the orange-colored Constricti tribe and the other from the green Venomari tribe. This turned out to be pretty much spot on. Official info revealed that Frak's mother has completely green skin and eyes, while his father has orange skin, explaining Frak's Frak's mixed appearance. Essentially, he's a hybrid of two Serpentine lineages. This is a cool nod to classic Ninjago lore, where different Serpentine tribes, like the Hypnobrai, Fangpire, Venomari, Constricti, etc., all had distinct colors and abilities. Frak represents a new generation, literally blending tribes and perhaps leaving behind the old rivalries of those snake clans. When it comes to outfits, Frak's evolution is reflected in his costume changes. During the Tournament of the Sources while he was with the Wolf Clan, he wore their uniform, a dark gray outfit with purple and red accents, plus armor pieces including a clawed shoulder pad, very rugged and intimidating. But once Frak becomes a ninja student, he switches to a more traditional ninja look. First, he dons a dojo training GI that's black with lime green highlights, likely a quick makeshift outfit as he joins Lloyd's group. After the battle with Thunderfang, Frak is seen in a slick new gray and lime ninja suit complete with a hood and mask. The lime green touches complement his natural crest color, making the suit feel very him. The back of his suit even features a snake emblem, and certain patterns match those on generic snake warriors in the series, subtly acknowledging his heritage. All in all, Frak's design strikes a balance. He clearly reads as a Serpentine character with the bright scales and fangs, but his friendly attire and expressive eyes make him approachable and heroic. It's a far cry from the villainous Serpentine generals of early Ninjago, visually underlining that Frak is a good guy. One more fun fact about his design. Frak is the first Serpentine ever shown to become a ninja in the franchise. We've had snake villains, allies like Scales or Clancy, who turned friendly, but never a Serpentine wearing a ninja suit and fighting as part of the team. It's a historic first for Ninjago's world, and it makes Frak pretty special in the lineup of heroes. As the elemental master of Quake, Frak's primary power is the ability to create and control vibrations. In practical terms, it means he can generate earthquake-like shockwaves through solid ground or objects. By channeling seismic energy, he can shake the earth beneath an enemy's feet or even cause structures to rattle and collapse. His style isn't about flinging rocks telekinetically, like Cole often does. It's more about sending out powerful tremors. For example, he might punch or stomp the ground to unleash a directed quake that knocks opponents off balance, a move akin to a shockwave stomp. He's even learned to infuse his own body or weapons with seismic energy, so that each strike hits with extra force. This makes Frak a formidable close-quarters fighter. He can weaken a wall with vibrations, then smash through it with his Serpentine strength. If Quake sounds a lot like Earth powers, you're absolutely right. Quake is essentially a new generation spin on the classic Earth element that Cole wields. In fact, at one point, Frak literally wielded the Earth element itself. As we mentioned, by winning that match against Cole in the tournament, he was temporarily granted the elemental power of Earth. That gave him a short experience using abilities very similar to Cole's. Think manipulating rocks and the ground more directly. Frak was ecstatic to test out Earth alongside Quake, double the earth-shaking fun. However, that extra power was only a prize and didn't remain with him permanently. Still, Frak's own Quake powers make him Cole's spiritual successor in many ways. He even sensed distress in the Earth similar to how Cole did, indicating a deep connection to the ground. The show has subtly drawn parallels between the two, and Frak has eagerly sought guidance from Cole on mastering these abilities. It's been awesome for fans to see the old Earth Master mentoring the new Quake Master. Beyond his elemental powers, Frak benefits from his Serpentine physiology. Being part snake person gives him natural advantages that regular humans don't have. For one, he has superhuman strength, not on the level of, say, a super soldier, but definitely stronger than an average teen. In training, Frak was shown accidentally demolishing practice equipment due to his strength. He can also channel his Quake vibrations to amplify his punches and kicks, packing an even bigger punch. He's got fast reflexes as well, quicker than a normal human, which helped him keep up with skilled opponents, even before he temporarily got a power literally called reflex. And let's not forget a classic snake trait. Frak can smell through his tongue. By flicking out his tongue, he picks up scent particles, letting him track scents or sense people nearby. A handy little tracking skill when on missions. Frak has been trained in combat from two very different schools, first under Lord Raz and then under the Ninja. Raz's training made Frak a fierce hand-to-hand fighter, pushing aggression and strength. Under Lloyd and the others, Frak has learned techniques like spinjitzu and how to balance physical force with creativity and heart. Blending these, Frak has become quite the skilled combatant. He's held his own against Raz's empowered wolf soldiers, even when Frak briefly lost his elemental powers during the tournament. He's also proven to be a decent swordsman. Once he got his hands on weapons like the prismatic blades, and later the upgraded reveal blades, Frak was cutting down enemies left and right. He doesn't have a signature weapon of his own yet, but he has shown adaptability with whatever weapon is at hand, from swords to improvised tools. And while not a power in the traditional sense, it's worth reiterating Frak's unique skill in the kitchen. His baking expertise might not help in battle, unless he throws pies at someone, which honestly could be hilarious. But it adds to the team dynamic at the monastery. Who wouldn't want a friend who can whip up a fantastic pie after a long day of training? In a way, it is a power. The power to boost morale and fill stomachs. reflex, which every team needs. Frack's journey in Dragon's Rising is marked by several key moments that have defined his character. Let's highlight a few. Standing up to Ross, the moment Frack chose not to wear the wolf mask was huge. Here he was, a kid who desperately wanted to prove himself, essentially telling his mentor, "No, this is wrong." By doing so, Frack passed an important moral test. He showed Ross that he wouldn't sacrifice his principles for power. This decision directly led to him being expelled from the Wolf Clan, a scary consequence at the time, but it paved the way for Frack to join the Ninja. It's a prime example of his bravery and integrity in action, joining the Ninja team. When Frack helped Lloyd and the others against the Wolf Warriors and then officially came over to their side, it was a triumphant turning point. Lloyd accepting Frack as his student gave Frack a sense of belonging. You can imagine how overjoyed he was to move into the monastery of Spinjitzu, surrounded by the heroes he looked up to. A touching detail, one of the first things we see after the tournament is Frack petting Ryu, the baby dragon, at the monastery, looking completely at home among his new friends. It's a simple scene, but it symbolizes how Frack found a family and purpose with the ninja. Facing his idol, Frack's friendly duel with Cole during the tournament is a standout moment not just for the cool action, but for what it meant to Frack personally. Imagine getting to challenge your childhood hero in a fair fight. Frack was over the moon, and winning that contest against Cole, with a bit of clever thinking and quake power, gave Frack a confidence boost. Importantly though, he remained humble and respectful. After the match, he eagerly tried out the Earth Power prize, and you could just feel his giddy excitement. It's one of those moments where Frack's pure love for the ninja life shines through. Reuniting with Eren. Frack and Eren's friendship is the emotional backbone of Frack's story. They reunite in Season 2 under less than ideal circumstances, on opposite sides of the tournament bracket. But despite any conflict, you can tell their bond runs deep. Fast forward to Season 3. When Zane finds a clue to Eren's whereabouts, Frack doesn't hesitate to join the rescue mission, and when Frack and Eren finally meet again, they team up with the others to stop the Forbidden Five. Frack fighting side by side with his best friend again, now both of them as skilled ninja, is a rewarding payoff to their story. It also makes it all the more heartbreaking when Eren chooses to leave with Ross afterward. Frack's downcast reaction to Eren and Sora departing is brief on screen, but you can feel how much it hurts him. It's a quiet moment of vulnerability for Frack, likely fueling his determination to get his friends back someday. Awakening the Dragon of Focus. We mentioned this earlier, but it stands out as a key moment for showing Frack's growth and confidence, and it's just a fun scene. Frack stepping up to perform the musical notes with Sora, essentially contributing to a mystical ritual, shows how far he's come from the shy, unsure kid in the sewer accident. It's also one of the few times we see Frack and Sora really connect. They share a smile and a song, hinting at a sweet friendship, or maybe more if Frack's crush ever leads somewhere. In any case, helping awaken an Arc Dragon is definitely going on Frack's resume of heroic feats. Losing and avenging Cole. Late in Season 3, Frack experiences a devastating moment when Cole is hollowed, essentially put in a coma-like state, with his soul removed by the enemies. For Frack, seeing his idol fall is a shock, but it also galvanizes him. He and Kai fight even harder, getting their weapons upgraded and pushing back against the enemy to save innocence and reclaim the stolen souls. Frack doesn't get to save Cole in that instant, but he's part of the final stand against Thunderfang that presumably will lead to restoring those who were lost. This trial by fire shows Frack dealing with loss and high stakes, reinforcing his resolve as a hero. It's likely to shape his maturity going forward. Throughout these moments, Frack grows from a kid who needed guidance into a hero who provides support. By the end of Season 3, he's no longer the nervous rookie worried about living up to Ras or Lloyd's expectations. He's proven his worth through action, compassion, and courage. As of now, Frack's journey is still ongoing, and fans are buzzing with ideas about his future. One big point of curiosity is Frack's Serpentine heritage. Since we know he's a hybrid of two tribes, will the show delve deeper into that backstory? Some viewers hope to see an official introduction of Frack's parents, or even a new Serpentine tribe that he hails from, an Orange tribe perhaps. Given Ninjago's history of distinct Serpentine factions, it would be exciting if Frack's lineage connects to the broader lore, maybe tying in with classic characters like Scales or Pythor. Imagine Frack meeting one of those old generals, since he's one of the few Serpentine on the side of good, joining the likes of Scales, Arcturus, and a handful of others who've shown honor. Frack could be a bridge between humans and Serpentine in the new era. It'd be very on brand for him to turn old prejudices on their head and show that snakes and humans can truly be allies. Another area of speculation is Frack's role among the ninja team moving forward. With him essentially inheriting the earthquake powers, will he eventually take up the mantle if Cole ever steps back? Cole is still around, albeit in peril at the moment. But Ninjago has been setting up this next generation of elemental masters. It's possible we'll see a sort of passing of the torch. So far, Cole has been mentoring Frack, and we can expect more of that once Cole recovers. In the long run, fans are eager to watch Frack truly master Quake, maybe unlocking an air jitsu or spin jitsu burst equivalent for his element, or discovering new techniques that even Cole hasn't done. Since Quake is described as focusing on vibrations, perhaps Frak could develop a unique fighting style, or even non-combat uses for it. Imagine Frak using vibrations to find hidden cavities or treasures underground, tying in with his love of cave exploration. Yes, fun fact, he's into speleology, the study of caves. And what about that crush on Sora? Right now, it's mostly a source of cute, awkward moments, but will it lead anywhere? Sora hasn't shown romantic interest back. She's had a lot on her mind, to be fair. Some fans think it will remain a one-sided crush played for humor and character growth, while others hope Sora might eventually come around. Either way, it adds a touch of teen drama to the group. It'll be interesting to see if Frak gains confidence in expressing his feelings as he matures. Perhaps a future episode could have him attempt a grand gesture, maybe baking a special pie for Sora, only for comedic chaos to ensue. Whatever happens, we just hope Frak doesn't get his heart broken. He deserves some happiness after all he's been through. Looking ahead, the biggest question is how Frak will continue to evolve as a hero. With Master Lloyd presumably planning to train him further, Frak could reach new heights of power and leadership. Will we see him lead missions on his own? Could he possibly unlock true potential like the original ninja did, a powered-up form tied to an emotional breakthrough? There's fertile ground for development. Perhaps something with Aaron, since Aaron is still his best friend. We anticipate a dramatic reunion when Aaron learns his parents are actually alive, which the ninja now know thanks to Jay. Frak might be key in pulling Aaron back from Ross's influence for good, using that unshakable loyalty and compassion of his to remind Aaron of what really matters. From a fan perspective, Frak's introduction has been a breath of fresh air in the Ninjago saga. He brings both familiarity, echoing Cole's earth powers and the classic Serpentine lore, and novelty, a serpent hero, new element, new personality quirks. This balanced mix makes him intriguing. Fans are invested in seeing him interact more with veteran characters. We've loved the little bits with Cole and Lloyd so far. It would also be great to watch Frak bond with others like Nia, who could teach him about teamwork and maybe cooking. Nia's no baker, but she appreciates a good pie, I'm sure. And of course, there's ongoing chatter in the community about Frak's potential storylines. From mastering spin jitsu to maybe facing a villain connected to the Serpentine past, the possibilities are wide open. In summary, Frak has quickly grown from a bullied kid with uncontrolled powers into a full-fledged ninja in training with a heart of gold. He's a character full of contrasts, a Serpentine who stands for good, a powerful Quake master who loves baking pies, a fang-bearing fighter who sings duets. Dragon's Rising has given us a well-rounded new hero to root for. Frak's origin in the merge and tutelage under Ross added complexity to his tale, but it's his integrity and optimism that truly define him. He reminds us a bit of Cole with his earth-shaking abilities, yet he's carving out his own legacy as Ninjago's first snake ninja. As fans, we can't wait to see where Frak's journey leads. Will he continue to live up to the title of Master of Quake and perhaps even surpass his idol Cole someday? What new friendships, challenges, and yes, pies await him? One thing's certain, Frak's story is far from over, and we'll be eagerly watching every step and tremor along the way. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Frak's character, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Ninjago lore and updates. Thank you for watching, and until next time, Ninja Go!